Hello, beautiful and exotic women of the world. I hope you all are having a lovely day today. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe as we discuss issues surrounding the exoticals community. Also, please hit that like button so that this video can be pushed out to other beautiful exoticals like yourself. Today's video is entitled, "The Pretty Girl Isn't Allowed to Have Bad Days." And the title speaks for itself. Have you noticed that people tend to prop exoticals up on a pedestal? So much so that your every move is being monitored very heavily. How and if you say hello to your coworkers in the morning when you come into work determines if you're a bitch or not. Which is crazy because why are you guys so focused on me? People love to watch you closely just to see if you're sluggish or energized, if you're smiley or if you're neutral today, and will jump to conclusions and draw conclusions from your emotions that you may show on the outside. A lot of times these people who are super focused on exoticals, because we already pull focus, they like to kind of hypothesize how we're feeling and what's going on in our lives and come to conclusions on their own based on how we interact with them. It's just kind of weird to me. Let's say you're a happy-go-lucky person and 4 days out of the week you are happy, but on Friday you appear to be out of it. So maybe you have your period, or you got into it with your partner, so you're just in a bad mood, you're hungry or tired or both. People will jump to conclusions and berate you with questions like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on with you? Why are you acting like that? And they'll make comments like, you're being funny. And it's just like, how am I being funny? How am I being weird? I'm just minding my business. And also, what's wrong with me having a day where I'm not so happy, where I'm not so visibly joyful and gleeful? Life isn't linear. Life is very up and down. So if I'm always smiling or if I'm always cheerful and then one day I don't seem that way, why is it that people's first knee-jerk reaction is to think that there's something wrong and that they need to come check me or tell me that I'm being funny with them or being weird with them? Why don't people ever think that maybe you're just going through it and you need a day to yourself? It's like these people are almost like energy vampires. Like they expect you to just be on go, go, go mode all the time. They expect you to be 100% present and yourself and never stray from the person who they desire for you to be, which is 100% attentive to their needs and 100% receptive to what it is they want from you and ask of you, and you can never have a bad day. It just feels like you can never be sad or tired or irritable, you know? And that's not normal because humans go through these things. These are normal human feelings to feel. They say these things as if you're not allowed to have a bad day. And it sucks because you can't control the things that you're going through in life. You can't control what happens and what comes up spontaneously. And instead of these people be kind to you and give you the space you need, they will press your buttons even more because it makes them uncomfortable that you are just chilling and may not want to talk today or may not want to say hello, or you're just trying to rush into your apartment. You don't want to have a long drawn out conversation with your neighbor. Whatever the case may be, it's like people will always find something negative when you are just trying to get through a hard day. And what I find is that exoticals are a point of focus in the environments that they're in, whether it's school, work, or in social settings. And if people are around you often enough and they feel like they have a good idea of who you are, they will try to dissect your feelings and emotions any chance they get. So it's almost like your feelings and emotions are on display for these people, and they just want to always have a leg up on how you're feeling, how you're doing, what's going on in your life. And the second that you may get a little bit mysterious to them, which is really just you not feeling it today and not wanting to talk or be interactive, they're going to take offense to that, or they're going to get inquisitive, but not in a good way. So instead of them saying, hey, I see that you're not doing well today or you're down, let me know how I can help, they'll make it about them. Because again, these people think that you owe them something. They're very entitled. They're very entitled to your kindness. They're very entitled to you speaking to them and them being able to speak to you. It's very sick and it's very weird. It really just does boil down to autonomy at the end of the day. These people want access to you, and when you deny access, you really see their true colors and who they really are. And it's unfortunate because no one is focused on someone who's unattractive. But when it comes to you, you can't just breathe and exhale and let your hair down. It's like you always have to be performing. You always have to be doing something and being welcoming to others. And I just feel like Exotical's day-to-day emotions are almost entertainment for hyperfixated people. I just think that they are so enthralled with what's going on in our lives, and if we are having a bad day, some people will even get excited about that because some people are narcissistic and sociopathic, and they enjoy seeing beautiful people unhappy or hurt or tired. So let's say, for example, you are at your job and you didn't get any sleep last night for whatever reason, and you have like visible bags. The person who is hating on you but is also at the same time hyper fixated on you will notice that and actually call it out. Like, people will do stuff like that. They'll notice that you have bags or you got dark circles, and they'll be like, oh, it looks like you didn't get much sleep last night, huh? What were you up to? What were you doing? And it's like, why are you focused on me and my bags when you have bags 365 days of the year, Karen? Why are you concerned about me and my bags or me and my dark circles, and even have the nerve to come out your mouth and say something about it? One time I had a boss who would call me out for not smiling and being super talkative during our morning meetings. And it was just like, dude, it's 7:45 in the morning. I woke up 10 minutes ago. Like, give me a break. Another thing is, I'm not going to always have something to say or be super cheerful when we're on our Zoom calls and show all 32 of my teeth. Like, I'm just not going to do that. That's one of the things I don't like about corporate America and just the corporate culture. It's very toxic, and they expect you to be like this robot that just shows up and smiles and is super joyful every day and super excited every day. And it's like, no, this is work. I'm here to get a check and go home. And you guys want more from me than I can actually give you for what I'm getting paid. So that's what pissed me off about this job. And don't get me wrong, I used to put my input in during these meetings. I would try to come with something insightful a couple times out of the week, but every day I'm not going to have something to say every morning. I'm sorry, I'm just not. It's not normal, it's not human. And the fact that he felt the need to target me and me only, I think he was doing this too because I was the only Black girl on my team and I was the only woman on my team, so that was really, really hard. That environment was tough. I think that's why he was targeting me, because I was just coming on camera. I had my little 2 cents here and there when I felt like it and go about my day after the morning meeting. But for whatever reason, he would come and bother me and be like, oh, are you okay? You seem quiet today. What's going on? And it's like, nothing's going on. You have us on this early morning meeting every morning, and I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I don't want to be here right now, but I have to put on a show so I can keep this job. That is like the stuff that we have to deal with in corporate America, and it's quite literally exhausting. And of course, this boss ended up pushing me to the point of resignation from his weird passive aggressive and just really obsessive nature. And no one really talks about how society almost always needs attractive people to move on their timing. So if you decide to deviate from the plan or deviate from the norm of what people know you for, which is cheerful, happy-go-lucky, and you just pop out one day just not feeling it, not having a good day, people will call you everything under the sun but a child of God. And it's like, why can't beautiful people have a bad day? Why can't we not feel like doing something and that just be it? Why does it have to be a think piece, a discussion? Why does it have to be something that has to be combative? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I know that there are some beautiful women who face this, whether they are in school. So if you're in high school, college, you may deal with this. If you are in the workplace especially, this is a huge theme in the workplace. And even if you're around family, sometimes family expects you to be one way all the time. And some families even rely on you to be their rock. So let's say, for example, you were the oldest sibling and your parent expected you to be like the second or third parent in the household to take care of the children. And one day you maybe have a sore throat and your back hurts and you can barely see through one eye, whatever the case may be. You're not feeling it. You can't do it today. You're at your capacity. It's like suddenly you're the worst child in the world. Suddenly you're so not helpful. You're selfish. It's just crazy what these people will make you feel and how they will pressure you into doing what they want you to do simply because you are setting a boundary and saying, hey, I'm not feeling it today, so I'm going to be a little bit more quiet, or I'm sick, quite literally sick today, and can't do X, Y, and Z for you. It's like people who want to use and abuse you will hate you for simply speaking up for yourself and not falling in line with their desires. So ladies, I wonder if you guys have experienced this at all and to what level you've experienced this. Again, I know this happens a lot in the workplace, but would love to hear if you guys have experienced it in other areas of your life. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories there. Have a lovely day, ladies.